What interests me here is the sustainable excellence that Belichick and Brady and Robert Kraft were able to create as a team. What made their business partnership work, a la Buffett and Munger, a la Gates and Allen, and so forth?
Yeah, I think that the thing that made it work most of all was obviously the single devotion towards the single and ruthless devotion towards a goal, and that was winning the Super Bowl. No matter how often these guys got on each other's nerves, they knew that each of them represented the best chance for the other one to accomplish their goals, which was to win Super Bowls. And I really think that that was the driving force there. I mean, look, these guys, they were, extremists within an extreme profession, a spectacularly unhealthy profession. And yet they all figured out a way to make it work because they were united towards that common goal. And I think that when you reference someone like Buffett, there was also this kind of notion towards simplicity, the Patriot way. But obviously within that simplicity, there was a willingness to adapt and to leverage any opportunity.
Well, let's not liken Belichick to Buffett too much. Belichick is a notorious curmudgeon. Mr. Buffett is anything but. But as you talk about those three men and you say they got on each other's nerves, it wasn't just Brady who got impatient with Belichick or vice versa. It was the CEO, Robert Kraft, who had some, in your book, very peppery things to say about his coach, Belichick. He kind of doesn't like the guy.
Well, Belichick sometimes doesn't make himself out to be the most likable person, but I think that Robert Kraft's role in this was really interesting. And generally speaking, he did a masterful job at it. He tried to keep the band together as long as it could. You see these other dynasties, the Dallas Cowboys, the Chicago Bulls even, they can't last as long as these guys did. And he did it by always hearing the other one out and often acting as a buffer. But that didn't mean that it didn't occasionally come with some, managerial challenges. At one point in 2018, he was at a business conference in Aspen, and he was in the lobby of the hotel, and he said, you hang out here with the most brilliant minds, and I got to go to Detroit to be with the biggest effing a-hole in my life, my head coach. Only he did not use effing, and he did not use a-hole.
Seth, it's Kelly here, and this might be...
No, I would...
Sorry, go ahead, Ty.
Go ahead, Kel. No, you're...
I was just going to kind of piggyback off of that very point, Seth, and ask if you could quickly... What would you say to those who, looking at the performance of Brady with Tampa Bay versus Belichick without him, would say, is this a dynasty or is Brady just a uniquely, phenomenally talented person?
Well, it's both, and I think that... to go back to the earlier point, I mean, these guys all were together because it served their greatest need to do so and the greater need to do so until it didn't. And like the Bill Walsh 49ers and like many businesses, the Patriots can be emotionless when they make decisions. And in August of 2019, months after the Patriots had won their sixth Super Bowl, Tom Brady wanted a contract extension to carry him through age 45, his longtime stated goal to play that long. And it was a contentious, very contentious contract negotiation. At one point, he considered leaving training camp in protest. And he finally signed what was billed as a 2-year deal, but was really a 1-year deal that allowed him to be a free agent at the end of the season. And, he knew right then that 2019 was going to be his last season with the Patriots. And we've seen, obviously, that Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick, who more than anybody should know better than to underestimate Tom Brady, did just that.